Is my hyper-local Florida market going red? And when I say my hyper-local market, I mean specifically the Canyon Enclave, the zip code of 33473. I'm going to go granular because it's critical to understand what the hyper-local market is in order to advocate and negotiate the right way. And special shout out to my main man Mario, because I'm almost positive that the Super Mario Brothers movie comes out today, which also means that my kids are going to start driving me nuts to go take them to see the movie. But I won't make you nuts and I won't make you wait. We are going to get into the data right now because the numbers don't lie. But before I get hyper granular into the data, I also have to share what happened today. And if you've been watching for a while, you know that I am a boots on the ground operator of a high performance real estate team. And we help lots of buyers and sellers within the Canyons market. And yesterday I had some clients who I've been working with for the last 6 months who have been ready, willing, and able to buy in the Canyons for a long time. But unfortunately for them, the home that they wanted to buy wasn't on the market yet. And so we patiently waited and watched the market. And last night, out of nowhere, their dream home hit the market. And as soon as I saw the listing, I knew for certain there was going to be tremendous demand for this particular home. And it was critical that we get into action right away, connect with the listing agent immediately, start building rapport, and schedule a showing as soon as possible, which is exactly what we did. And while what I'm about to share is probably not going to show up in the data the way I'd like it to, it might, so please stick around and more will be revealed. And I've shared lots of content recently talking about different housing markets that exist within the state of Florida. And I always make it a point to note that each market will trade differently. And the hyperlocal markets that exist within the big market are very likely to trade with very different intensity of supply and demand. So what's happening in my hyperlocal market is not necessarily happening in yours. And that's certainly true if you're out of state and live in California or live in Austin, Texas, or live in Boise, Idaho. If you live in any of those markets, then I can promise you, your market trades very differently. But getting back to the story of what happened today, this home was mobbed. In less than 24 hours, they've had 18 showings. And while I don't know what the current count is for tomorrow, when we were there this afternoon, the listing agent let me know that they had 10 showings scheduled already for tomorrow. And while the housing market frenzy is definitely not the same as it was when mortgage interest rates were 3, 4, and 5%, if you've got the right product, meaning you've got the right home, in the right location and price it the right way, you will definitively create a market within a market, which will create multiple buyers that bid the price higher. And you will find the one buyer on planet Earth willing to pay more than anybody else, which happens to be my specialty. So if you're thinking about selling, please contact me directly and we will connect right away. Now, to be totally transparent, while we have written up a contract, we haven't submitted it yet. There is no resolution to this story. There is no happy ending yet, but I suspect it will have a very happy outcome in the near future. But story time is over, and now we're getting into the data because the numbers don't lie. And we're going to start in Boynton Beach. We're going to start with the most recent housing market data. But again, this is February information, so it is dated, it is lagging, and I will show what's happening as of right now in the Boynton Beach market, specifically within the Canyons Enclave, the zip code of 33473. But as you can see, in February, single family homes in Boynton Beach, closed sales were down 21%. Which is similar to what we're seeing in many other Florida housing markets. Closed sales have primarily fallen off a cliff, and the median sales price is up 0.7% to $502,000. Average sales price is up 8.7% to $616,000. Dollar volume has dropped in Boynton Beach, but that is a function of closed sales dropping 21%. Percentage of original list price received took a hit of almost 8%, 92.5%, down from north of 100%. But I can promise you, if you price your home the right way and create a market within a market, you will certainly get more than 100% of original list price. Time to contract exploded 142% to 46 days. which to be clear is a return to normal. Pending sales are down 4.6% and new listings are down 6.2%. Less folks in February wanted to list their home. And the inventory of homes for sale exploded by 118, almost 119%. There are 409 homes sitting on the market unsold in Boynton Beach, which translates into 2.7 months supply of inventory, which is up from a month, and it's up 170%. And you can see in the column on the right what the year-to-date statistics are. But I really don't want this to be a 2-hour video, so I won't go through what they are. You can clearly see them yourself. But given that we're in April, February numbers are not particularly instructive because everything that happened in February is yesterday's news. And we want to know what's happening right now in my hyperlocal market. And I got terrible news for everyone because the average sold price in the 33473 zip code in the current versus previous month to date is down 100%. But to be clear, it's the beginning of the month and there haven't been any closings in this zip code yet. But if we look at Q1 of this year versus Q1 of last year, you can see that the average sold price has increased by 19.5%. I can tell you for certain that the home that we went to see today that we are currently writing a contract on is going to trade significantly higher than where it's listed, which is a long way of getting to my Florida housing market is not turning red. Up until it is. But until there is evidence of that, there is no housing recession in my Florida housing market. I hope you found this content valuable, and if you did, please subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, share it with a friend. If there are any markets you'd like to know about, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will cover them right away. And if you're thinking about buying or selling in South Florida, please contact me directly because we would love to help. And check out my next video because I suspect you will love it a lot. And until next time, peace.